What's up guys, welcome back. So today when it comes to watchOS, I'm happy to let you know that we got a new software update. And if we go into our settings, software update, you can see the exact version. This is watchOS 26 developer beta 2. It comes in at a pretty large update file size, 704 megabytes, almost as big as the first initial developer beta for watchOS 26. And just to keep you in the loop, this is not all that Apple released today. You can see alongside this watchOS version, we got beta 2 versions of visionOS 26, tvOS 26, macOS 26, iOS, and iPadOS 26. Most of these I do cover here on the channel at Halfman Half Tech. So if you want to keep up to date, definitely do hit like and subscribe so that you don't miss out. Now what I'm going to do is quickly update my watch, and then we're going to look at some of the new features and changes that the new update has to offer. Just like that, my watch has now been updated to the latest version. Just to show you the new build number that we have, if we go into the settings, I was actually playing with it for a couple minutes to going through the system and other stuff. So if we go into the general tab right there and then go to the about section, you can see the new build number that we have. It now ends with an F, and in terms of stability, it does go to tell us that, you know, it's not yet a stable version. We are expecting more betas to come out before we start seeing weekly releases. And in terms of what's new with regards to this update, the first thing that I notice here is that when it comes to the watch faces, it seems to have duplicated some watch faces for some reason. You can see this one has actually been, the X large has been duplicated, added 2 extra watch faces for some reason. And then at the same time, if I go to the watch face section, actually it's now loaded. Before it was loading infinitely. I had to restart my Apple Watch and it loaded infinitely, so I ended up saying, you know what, I'm just gonna let it do its thing and then I'll record the video if it doesn't load. So be it. But you can see here how the new watch face section looks. You can see if you want to close this, you can actually close it, and then if you click on it like this, it's gonna show up. And if you want to see all watch faces, you can now go through there and be able to see it at the end of the page, similarly to what we now have on the watch face application. Right there you can see we have the different categories of watch faces, and also if you go all the way down, you can be able to see all watch faces. Some of them are still loading to see, like the Nike ones, as for example, and they will, I think, eventually show up. That's the issue that I was experiencing with my watch face here when I would go to add a new one, but eventually it showed up. But yeah, you can see now they did show up. So it's just a matter of time. Sometimes you might need to power cycle your device. Another thing that has sort of been fixed, it was already existing on iOS 26, and that's the ability to change different backgrounds. So if you're in a chat and you change a background, for example on your iPhone, because of continuity, it's actually going to carry over into watchOS 26. So for example, if I switch from this one and then select the one that says Aura, sometimes the application does crash, and then I have to go in and then reopen the same chart and then go to the same backgrounds and change it again. So it's a bit buggy on the iOS side. You can see it crashes so many times, but then on the watchOS side, it shows that you've changed the background, and now it will carry over and you'll be able to see the different backgrounds through your chart and everything that you do, which is pretty good. And it's also because of the liquid glass display, it's going to reflect on the messages and the quick responses that you are being given right there. The control center animation is still a little bit buggy. I'm not a big fan of the way it comes in and out. It almost seems like it's glitching in a way. It still is that way even on with this beta. But if you go to the edit section and then you go to the add, where you can add more control actions, they've added the water lock suggestion right there, which was not available on beta 1. So if you're a person that goes swimming, or you get your watch wet a lot of times or put it in water often, then this is a suggestion that you can now add to your control center. And you can see it does actually take a little bit of maybe 2 seconds to be able to load properly. And once there, you can click your digital crown, and now you can be able to basically lock it. And now you can press and hold the digital crown, and you can see it will initiate the water eject. And it's good to see that now it's available in the control center right there, and you can edit it accordingly. My Apple Watch Ultra 1 doesn't support this new gesture control feature that was added, whereby when you receive a notification or a call, you can quickly just flick your wrist and it will mute or disregard the call or the notification. So that's a feature that I don't have, but at this point in time, it seems like now with this beta 2, for people that have supported Apple Watch devices, which are the Apple Watch Ultra 2, the Apple Watch Series 10 and Series 9, it seems to somewhat work, although it's not yet 100%. Now, another thing too that has been improved, if you looked at my previous beta 1 video of the new notes application that was added to watchOS, before I had an issue with it loading endlessly, but now you can see it's available right here, and I'm able to see my different notes, which is good. So if you're experiencing an issue with that, maybe it just seems like it's a matter of time before it loads up, or if you update to beta 2, at least for me, it seems to have fixed the issue. Also, there's an improvement when it comes to the walk buddy or workout buddy that has been added. Although it seems to respond much faster, it doesn't change the way the Apple Intelligence or the Siri works on the Apple Watch. It's still limited on this watchOS version, so hopefully we get at least a cool new animation right here. Now, other than that, that seems to be all that's here with watchOS 26 beta 2. One of the new things that I should highlight that a number of people have already complained about with beta 1 and already with this beta 2 is the battery life. For some users, they've actually mentioned that their watches are not charging unless if they are put into like a low power mode, and then that's when they would charge for some reason. I haven't experienced that issue. Hopefully I don't, but just to let you know. And at the same time, since this is one of the first betas, of course it's not going to be stable, but with time and once we get to like weekly release cycles, then it will eventually like improve with time. So you can see when it comes to my maximum capacity for the Apple Watch Ultra 1, I'm on 87%, not the greatest, and maybe I'll upgrade to the Ultra 3 this year when it comes out, and I'll continuously test watchOS 26 updates as they come out. So other than that, guys, that's how this update is on my Apple Watch. Let me know what you think and what you want me to test out. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.